we got an awesome toy review we're gonna do, and that's this figure right here. Something I've been 100% looking forward to like for a good while, and this is the Neca Super Shredder. So, alright, obviously from here you can't tell it's an action figure. Probably you're thinking like maybe it's a VHS box. Well, okay, hold on. Let's go ahead and open up the window and look! Haha! That's the action figure. So, before we get into the action figure, let's take a look at the box. Obviously, the big thing when you see in the front of the box, you see the original Ninja Turtles 2 Secret of the Ooze poster. 100% I remember this poster. This was always like ingrained in my memory because I remember going to the theater, seeing whatever animated movie was coming out in like the late 1990s, early 1991, and I saw this and I was like, whoa, a new Ninja Turtles movie. And the big thing was like these two shadowy figures. I remember my friends and I were talking like, oh, is this Rocksteady and Bebop? Because that was the first thing in our minds. And of course, we later find out it's Tokka and Raz, our two new mutants. Well, one of my favorite parts of the actual movie when I saw it was this Super Shredder. It happens at the very end of the movie, and honestly, he's probably on screen for, I think, less than 5 minutes. But it was so ingrained in my head, and when I got the actual like VHS, I kept rewinding to that scene and watching it over and over again. I just thought that was the coolest part, and I liked it so much that when this figure came out, I had to get it. And I was super excited about this figure when I was a kid, and now like, you know, we have like better models for action figures, and now we actually got action figures that are meant for collectors and adults now, especially for the nostalgia folk. Like, you know, this guy can finally like retire. You know, he'll still be on my shelf. Maybe Super Shredder, you're not going anywhere. Bye! But let's take a look at this figure here. So, if you guys don't know, I like to open from the bottom of the box, and that's just my preference. Yeah, I'm kind of curious. What's your guys' preference? Do you like to open from the bottom, or do you like to open from the top? Let's go ahead and pull it out. And here is the figure itself and its glory. Alright, guess what time for? It's time for transition. Alright, and here is the figure out of the box, and look how great he looks. They did a really good job on the detail over here. Like, it almost looks like you can take off the mask. You can't, but like there is like this space between his eyes and the mask to make it like just that much real looking. And of course, like, you know, he is designed from the second movie, Secret of the Ooze, so he has all of the, you know, these jagged edges on his spikes because, you know, he had to do that, you know, after he escaped from that trash heap. You know, he had to show the Turtles he meant business this time, so he had to make himself more menacing with jagged edges than the straight edges he had from the first movie. And as the actual actor inside the suit was also changed too, but you know, we won't go into that one yet. But what I really like is the way they did the details on, especially his muscles. Like, it looks just like the movie. If you rewatch that scene, even though that scene is very dark, because, like, and I mean, like, the lighting is dark, not, like, the actual thing. It's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like, in the early 90s. It was meant for kids. But the details look just like it came straight from that movie. His spikes itself, just like the movie Shredder, they look like they're going to be like pointy and everything, but they are very soft. So, I mean, I still wouldn't, like, you know, give this to kids to play with. But if your child does accidentally pick this up, you don't have to worry about him like hurting his hands. The only thing you would actually have to more worry about the figure, because more than likely if your child, especially our child's age, he will like crush these with his hands and bend them. So this figure does come with accessories. First, he comes with this spear. Now, this spear was not in the movie. Now, when he became a Super Shredder, all he did was, like, you know, for that whole, like, 5-minute scene, he just, like, knocked down everything that was on the docks and had the pier fall on top of him. And that was it. He didn't really do much. He didn't fight with weapons or anything like that. But this spear looks a lot like the weapon that came with the original Playmates toy, which in the original Playmates toy, he came with more of a mace with this kind of like spike at the end. Unfortunately, I lost that weapon, but it does kind of look like this. And like right now, the hands he has is these closed fists. He can't hold it yet, but we'll get into that one. The other item he comes with is this TGRI Ooze Canister, and both sides say TGRI, just like in the second movie, Secret of the Ooze. Now here's what I'm actually really happy about. It does say TGRI, because the Ninja Turtles from the San Diego Comic-Con set that came out a couple of years ago, it also came with the Ooze Canister, and on one side it looked like that radioactive thing what we saw from the first movie, and then on the other side it actually said TCRI. And this time, but in the movie we never got TC, even though the comics said TCRI. In the movie itself, Secret of the Ooze, and that's really the only movie they actually talk about it, other than the end credit scene of TMNT. Like, it was actually, they changed it to TGRI, you know, to kind of avoid the whole alien aspect of the series. So instead of it being a you know, from cosmic, it became global instead. Now, here's a fun fact you guys might not know. Originally, Dr. Perry, in the second movie, he was going to be revealed to be an Utrom. And then they scrapped that out, mainly due to budgets, and also their other reason was they didn't want the kids think that was Krang. So, like that's something like, you know, look it up. Like you'll find out about it. And you'll find some other like hidden Utrom references in the movie. What also Shredder comes with? Shredder also comes with hands. He has a total of, all right. So including these two hands, Shredder comes with a total of 7 hands. What's actually kind of curious is that he comes with 2 of these hands where he can grip something like this spear, but it's a little closed. And he only comes with 1 that's a little more open. So, like, and I guess they just didn't do this for the right hand, probably because of like for just of logistics reason. And then the other 2 hands, other than his fists, are these open hands he has. We've seen these in other NECA figures and other figures in general, where they have like these open hands. Let's go ahead and see how the hands go. Oh gosh, it's take me a while to pull it out. Oh, there we go. Woo! Ooh, that was all my strength right there. Let's give him this hand. There we go. Stepped in. Okay, so a little force on the hands, like, you know, not as easy as we've seen in like other figures, but I think this is pretty typical for NECA if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I've done it. Now, something else I didn't really talk about is the size of this guy. He's actually too big for our light box. Our light box is only 7 inches tall, and this guy is a whopping 9 inches. And something I was actually really disappointed when I was a kid, when I got my original Super Shredder figure, the turtle figures were actually like either the same size, or some of them were even bigger than Super Shredder. And so when the turtles were going against Super Shredder when I was a kid, it wasn't so menacing. Just for size comparison, here is Movie Leonardo, and you see that Shredder just kind of like, you know, he towers over him. He's like, look at that. He's like looking down at him and pointing and laughing. Really cool figure. I actually really like this a lot. Something else I forgot to mention is that his cape is cloth, and it's actually and it's attached to his body. So like you can't like pull this. Well, if you want to pull the sucker out, you could. I wouldn't. But if you pull it out, you're good luck at putting it back in. Really cool figure. So happy NECA has done this one. This is the NECA figure that they announced that I was the most excited for, and I mean, just having it in my hand, he is just as great as what I thought he was going to be. So happy to get this one. Like I've always said, Super Shredder was one of my favorite action figures growing up. Super Shredder was always like one of my favorite characters growing up, and it's so cool that now we got a good figure representation of the character that I remember and grew up with. Let me know down in the comments below what do you think about this figure, and let me know if you pick it up yourself. And if you guys don't know where you can get it, you can actually get it at Walmart. Hopefully, NECA has already done their online pre-orders, and I believe those are closed for now. But these are a Walmart exclusive. I know Walmart's really bad about having their exclusives, and like once they're in there, they disappear the next day, and then like you never see it again. So if you guys are wanting him, hopefully you have got him, and and if you haven't got him now, hopefully you'll find him in the future. All right, till next time, guys. See ya. Something I do want to say about the hands, like after a few times of like pulling and pushing and comparing with the other NECA figures, these hands are actually a lot harder to pull and push. In the movie, Shredder, he took just a small vial. He didn't take this whole big thing of ooze to become Super Shredder. He just took a little tiny vial. I do hope if we ever get a Secret of the Ooze like regular Shredder, that he actually comes with like this small tiny vial. Come on, NECA, I know you can do that. You can have that as one of your accessories. I've seen you do accessories that small before.